eventually standing at the altar to marry my other mom. With such powerful role models, I finished high school at the top of my class, and then attended UC Davis, where I joined a sorority full of other strong women. But as graduation approached, I began feeling like I'd been handed so much in life, a sorority girl stereotype. Sure, I'd spent my life around inspiring women, but what had I really achieved on my own? One of my sorority sisters was studying abroad in Italy. Another was climbing Mount Everest. I needed my own adventures, my own challenge. And after meeting with an Army recruiter, I found it. A way to prove my inner strength.
We're there still trying to get safe passage out of the country when these explosions happened in a coordinated way this morning around 9:45 Eastern time here in the United States. There were warnings. They're calling this a complex attack with at least one more explosion, as I mentioned, in that nearby hotel. Taliban sources are telling the NBC News that the attack killed at least 13 people, including some children. And sources at a Kabul hospital tell NBC News that as many as 60 people are at that hospital and injured. Just 14 hours before this attack happened, during the news last night, the United States Embassy in Kabul warned Americans to leave the airport immediately. At the time, we were told that there had been a continuous threat stream since Saturday of last week of actionable intelligence that ISIS-K, an offshoot of ISIS, was planning an attack on American forces around that gate. Well, now it's happened. Whether ISIS-K is responsible yet, we can't say with any degree of certitude. We're waiting for updates from the Pentagon. According to the Associated Press, the Taliban have now condemned this bombing, saying it happened in an area controlled by U.S. forces. The truth of the matter is the road that leads up to that gate has concrete walls on either side. So if that's exactly where that explosion happened, it would have shot that explosion up. And if you remember, there were people on top of those walls in the days preceding. We don't have intelligence from this morning, but often there were people on top of those walls. So that would have had a really serious effect on anyone there. Also, a bombing which appears to have been in that drainage canal, which was filled with sewage, where so many Afghans and Afghan children were. We do know children were among those injured. The United Kingdom has now issued notice to airlines to avoid flying below 25,000 feet over Afghanistan.